Hey YouTube, just wanted to show you how I install my 2008 Mercury Mountaineer rear windshield wiper motor. I've already removed the old one. I tried taking it apart to see if I could fix it. What had happened is this shaft had seized up where it goes through the hole. It was actually quite hard to take out, and it seizing up burned out the motor, and so there was no repairing it. So I ordered a new one off eBay. I think it cost me around $67. Not too bad. Free shipping. Got here pretty quick. To reinstall this, you have this cover that came off your old one. There are two small screws. That silver one there, and the silver one there, that holds the motor to the plastic housing. You can remove those as you remove the old wiper motor, or you should be able to remove the whole thing as an assembly and then take them out and install the new motor when you have it with those two screws to the plastic housing. The two bolts that hold the motor to the window, there's a stud there and a stud there. Those two go through that hole there and that hole right there. I'll try to do this with one hand. So you have these nuts, there's two of them that mount it to the windshield. I now have the new motor installed. As you can see, there is one nut and there are two. Those are 10 millimeter. Socket works well. Make sure you don't over torque them. I hold my socket right by the head of it until it tightens snug. It being attached to glass, you gotta be careful about over tightening. It could crack the glass. One thing I want to show you on the old motor, there is a washer that goes on before you install it through the glass. I want to make sure you have that washer in place. And then the new motor comes with a rubber grommet that replaces the old one. Here, this goes on the outside. That's the new one actually. The old grommet is right here. So there's a rubber grommet that replaces the old one. This is the old one. And then this is the old cover that goes on the outside before you put the windshield wiper arm on, and it comes with a new one as well. We'll be installing that next. As you can see, I mentioned earlier, the reason my motor quit is the corrosion on that shaft. You're able to disassemble this housing and able to clean up that shaft. If your motor still seems to be working, just binding, you take that, pull that shaft out. You can pull these screws and you can disassemble that. There's a lot of YouTube videos on there on how to clean that out and reassemble correctly. What I did is I took a picture of it after I took the cover off, so I knew exactly how to put the gearing back in, which works really well. In the end, my motor was burned out, so I wasn't able to fix it. Alright, so last thing left here on the inside is I have my connector to reattach. When you remove this, you only have to disconnect the one connector. This connector stays on the motor. This is goes along with the motor as well. That's the controller for the motor. This is a simple, just push in and click. Make sure it ties in there and locks. This can bend up. And then there's your cover that snaps back over the top of that. That cover comes off kind of hard. You kind of finesse it as you pop it off so you don't break any of the tabs. You can see some of these tabs are stressed a little bit from removing mine, but they aren't broken. Next, I'll go on the outside of the car and show you the install of the wiper arm.